around the comfy fireplace with your cup of hot or your favorite hot beverage as we tell you the tales from the Smokehouse Christmas book. Author Franklin Smith joins me to share more about his short stories. So good morning to you, Franklin.
Good morning.
So let's just take a look at this book for a second. This is the Tales from the Smokehouse Christmas. Tell me about this story, or these stories.
Essentially, the premise is there is the smokehouse, where it's a newsstand where the old men gather, and there are 7 short stories told each day the week before Christmas, and all the stories are different. Essentially, there is the children's stories about the last Christmas tree. There is the switches in the stocking story, which probably has never been written. There is the Christmas drum for the military person. There is the gift, the ultimate gift anybody can give when they die is their organs. And then there's the sculpture, when a blind woman gives the sculpture to her husband and says, "This is what you look like to me." And they rekindle their love. And the last Christmas story is told by the owner, and essentially it's about a adopted child, and he learns at 12, and he turns all that into hate, and he goes off to the army, and he goes on the pond after he comes back, and he discovers that somebody else was adopted.
So what inspired you to write these 7 stories?
I wrote The Gift first, and after I'd gone to ENT guy, and they just cared so much, and I figured I just sat down and wrote it, and then I wrote the other stories that came up. The switches in the stocking was given to me by a Presbyterian minister's son. I went to the men's breakfast, and he did this to his sister because she was a pill at Christmas, and all she wanted was BB dolls. And she learned her lesson, and she was not a happy camper at Christmas. But she comes back and says, "Thank you for teaching me about giving." And each story has that message.
Each story has that message about giving?
Yes, each story has the message about giving. And one story will touch somebody, or it will bring up those memories or those hopes for that kind of Christmas.
So this book is for everyone then, essentially?
Yes, for everyone, and it will last the test of time probably, because it has a variety of messages, not just about giving, but about life. Essentially, the last Christmas tree story is that I had a friend that sold Christmas trees, and one Christmas he took an old Christmas tree from the previous Christmas and shook it, and all the needles fell off, and he flocked it, and he sold it for $75. And the next Christmas everybody wanted one, but he wouldn't do it. So I took that kernel, and there's the old alcoholic Lucas, he's selling Christmas trees, and the widow lady comes up with the 3 children wanting a Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and he says, "Well, I'll bring you one." He goes to the home, and he's inebriated, and he tells the children it's a magical tree.
So there's lots to learn from this book. Well, with that being said, obviously you are a lover of Christmas. So if you want to learn more about this book, you can visit www.talesmokehouse.com. And come